What is going on, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. And oh boy, we got a lot of things to talk about this week, man. So let's not waste time with it. Let's get straight on to it. So last Sunday was Oscar Sunday. So there was a lot of big thing. The very big thing happened at the Oscars. But before we get into that, let's talk about all the nominees and who won. So, as we mentioned before, the Power of the Dog had most nominations, but Dune won the most awards with 6, and Coda winning the best picture. So, and then who else? Coda got 3, and the Eyes of Tammy Faye got 2. So those are the 3 movies that got multiple awards. But that wasn't the only thing that was talked about during the Oscars, and we're gonna get rid right now. So, and that was the incident where Will Smith walking on stage and slapped Chris Rock in the face after the latter made a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. That incident was received heavily news coverage and largely overshadowed the rest of the ceremony. So, in case y'all didn't know what was the joke was, Chris Rock made a joke on Jada Pinkett Smith about her bald head, and then mentioned G.I. Jane. So, in case y'all didn't, if y'all don't know, Jada Pinkett Smith is something with hair dandruff disease that makes her have to shave her head before, if her hair starts to grow, so she have to shave it. So most of the people didn't know that at the time. So I think Will Smith at the time was laughing at the joke, but then when Jada wasn't laughing about it. So when Jada looked at Will to go do something, and he did so, and then after that incident, Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper had to calm Will down and everything. So and then after that incident, Will Smith did win Best Actor in his role as Richard Williams in the King Richard movie. So and then also Diddy said he was gonna have a sit down conversation with Will Smith and Chris Rock to try to settle the beef, and they did. But there was a lot of stories coming from this, and then let me read the first one. The first story was from Screen Rant. According to the TRH, the Academy is not expecting to take back Will Smith's Best Actor Oscar, but it is considering some type of sanction, including a potential suspension of his Academy membership. Members are split on whether to revoke the Oscar, while others support the suspension only. However, a new statement from the Academy condemns Smith's actions during the broadcast and said that they have begun a formal review on the incident and that they will explore further action and consequences following their bylaw standard and quota of the California law. So that was the first story. Here's what happened. Here's another story afterwards. This is from Joe Blog. As the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is making it clear that a potential suspension or impulsion is a possibility for Smith after the incident. Their new statement on the matter is also revealed that the actor was asked to leave the Dolby Stadium after striking Chris Rock, but he refused. In fact, according to TMZ, the 2 Academy officials who asked Smith to leave was David Ryan, the president of the Academy, and Don Houston, the CEO. Apparently, they were furious at the actor, and there was a lot of yelling and heat conversation backstage with Will's representatives, and after everything went down. So, and then this is the final story of this. So, and this is from IndieWire. I was voting what Rock wanted at the time. in which it was not to physically remove Will Smith at the time, because it had now has been explained to me. That it was the only option at the point. Will Packer, who was the producer of the 2022 Oscars, went to the Academy leadership on site to say that Rock didn't want Smith to be removed or make a bad situation worse. The LAPD posed to arrest Smith at the incident occurred. They were saying, this is battery, was a word that they used at the moment. They said, we will go get him. We are prepared. We are prepared to get him right now. You can press charges. We can arrest him. Chris was being very dismissive of these options. He was like, no, I'm fine. And even at this point, I said, Rock, let them finish. The LAPD officers finished laying out for what his options were, and they said, would you like us to take any actions? And he said, no. So, luckily, thank God, there was no pressing charges. Everything was settled, and the beef was done. So, after all these the three stories, Will Smith has resigned from the Academy. So, that's the last thing. Well, we hear nothing from the drama. So, they settled the beef. Will Smith have resigned for the Academy. So, we ain't got to hear any else no more. But except for the internet, though, the memes is going to keep going as they possibly can. So, and that was the talk of the town for this month of March. So, as you know, every year, they always see if there's always something happening, that's the talk of the town. So that was going to be that talk of the town of that month. So Will Smith and Chris Rock is that talk of the town of March. So, and gladly, that's out of the way. So, Jim Carrey is retiring from acting, and this is what Variety has reported. Well, I'm retiring. Yeah, probably. I'm being very serious, Carey said. It depends. If the Angels bring some sort of a script that's written in gold ink that says to me that is going to be really important for people to see, I might continue down the road. But I'm taking a break, Carey added. I really like my quiet life, and I really like putting paint on the canvas, and I really love my spiritual life, and I feel like. And this is something you might never hear another celebrity say as long as time exists. I had enough. I done enough. I am enough. So, as you guys already know, Jim Carrey's latest movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, is going to be coming out this week. So, I think this is where Jim Carrey is going to be taking a break from here. Unless he has something else coming out soon and we don't know of. But a lot of actors will be taking a break recently, like Ryan Reynolds and also Sandra Bullock as well. So, but based on this statement, Jim Carrey says the only time he will come back if the script, if he got a script that is really good for him to work with, then he will come back for that. But other than that, he's taking a break from acting. So this is what I got from this story. Spy Kids reboot is coming to Netflix. Wow. Why they always gotta reboot stuff? This is what Variety has reported. Carmen and Junie Cortez, welcome to Netflix. Wow. The streamer has closed a deal to reboot Spy Kids, the early 2000s action-adventure franchise about a family of super secret agents. Skydance Media has recently optioned the rights to Spy Kids with the intention of re-image the franchise of today's audience. But the film is nearly land on Netflix, and still untitled movie will premiere on a yet-to-be-determined date. Skydance Media owned Spy Kids franchise and remain on board. Robert Rodriguez, who created the original series, has returned for the upcoming reboot, so that's one good news to hear, which he will write and direct. The plot details had not been revealed, but the next generation of Spy Kids will revolve around the activities of a Moore family. So I just want the original Cortez family to have some sort of either a cameo or a surprise appearance in this movie. So I'm glad to hear that Robert Rodriguez is writing and directing this reboot. So I just hope that this is really good, because definitely Spy Kids was part of my childhood. I definitely liked the first and the second one, and then and the ones that after it wasn't all that great. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Obi-Wan Kenobi is set to premiere on May 27th with two episodes premiering. So it was originally scheduled to premiere on May 25th, which was the anniversary of the first Star Wars film, Episode 4, A New Hope, had premiered. But now it's being moved 2 days behind and will open on Friday, May 27th, with 2 episodes premiering as well. So not that bad. So at least we're getting 2 episodes. So that's very exciting from there. Can't wait. Definitely can't wait for Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you think the Will Smith and Chris Rock story was crazy, here's another crazy story. So, the Flash star and also Fantastic Beasts star Idris Miller was arrested over another bar incident. Jesus Christ. And this is what Variety has reported. According to a post by the Hawaii Country Police Department, South Hilly officers reported to a report of a disorderly bar patrol on Sunday evening at 11:30 p.m. Police determined that the aggregate became unruly while other patrons sang karaoke and began yelling at officers. Miller then grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke and later lunged at a 32-year-old old man playing darts. Miller was arrested and charged for these offenses of these disorderly conduct and harassment. So that was the only story, and then here's the story after that incident. So Idris Miller was accused of threatening to kill another couple. So an unnamed couple from Honolulu, Hawaii, recently filed a restraining order against the Flash star Idris Miller after the actor allegedly threatened them and stole from them. The couple had issued a penalty for a temporary restraining order, claiming that the actor, who was staying with them, threatened to kill them and stole from them. According to the court documents, Miller allegedly burst into the couple's bedroom and is quote as saying, "I will bury you and your slut wife." The order also states Idris Miller is famous and wealthy. This makes access to weapons much easier, as well as sending associates to harass the couple. Along with the wallet, the actor reportedly took the Social Security card, passports, driver's license, and bank cards. At the time of writing, these items had not yet been returned to the couple. Wow. You got 2 movies coming out, which is The Flash and Fantastic Beasts 3, and then you gonna do all this crap? Jesus, what's wrong with you, man? You know what? Let's move on. Jim Henson, the documentary, is coming from Disney and from Ron Howard, and this is what the Deadline has reported. Oscar winners Ron Howard and Brian Gibson are teaming up with Disney original documentary for what is promised to be a definite portrait of Jim Henson, the legendary creator of The Muppets. The non-fiction project from Howard and Greta Imaging Documentaries has been produced, with the full participation and cooperation of the Henson family, according to release, and will present a fascinating and immediately look at Jim's illustration career, creating treacherous characters and revolutionary television and film. With never before seen personal archers, the film will give audience an exciting first-person view into the life of one of the world's most inspiring and iconic creators through exclusive home videos, home movies, photographies, sketch, and hence his personal diaries. So I am definitely looking forward to that. So and of course, the original Muppets was definitely part of my childhood, and then the original movies that came out from Jim Henson as well. Definitely looking forward to that documentary. Disney has censored Falcon and the Winter Soldier's violent out and could follow more. And this is what Comic Book Reader has reported. Reddit user Mulan first reported the two changes Disney Plus made to the show, which both appeared in the third episode, Power Broker. The first edit was visually shot in Hadar scientist Whitfield Nathan's dead body, which is no longer splattered with blood. Nigel's eyes are also closed, and the blood has been removed from his mouth. The second edit came later in episode 3, when Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes, and Sharon Carter go up against a band of bounty hunters. Bucky originally pinned one of the combats into a shipping container by hurling a pipe into his shoulder, but now the pipe glanced off his chest, and that caused a continuity error, as Bucky's opponent later is shown pinning against the container. So I think where they said to this one, I think that's for the non-paranormal activity version. So as I mentioned before, when Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist and the Punisher came to Disney Plus, they added a potential adversity to that. So I think if you got the potential adversity rights to it, I think then you will finally see the uncensored scene from episode 3 from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I kind of understand why they edit out that scene. So you got for the family version, and then you have one for the parental activity version. So I kind of understand where they going from there. Pixar's Lightyear has confirmed that this will be the first theatrical release for Pixar since 2020's onward. So, as you guys already know, the latest Pixar film, Turning Red, went straight to Disney Plus, and then all their latest Pixar from the past since 2020 after onward, including Luca and Soul, went to Disney Plus. So even though Onward at the time, before the pandemic started, it didn't make a lot of money at the time, and then you had that understanding of certain family films going straight to streaming because they don't want all the kids and family to go into theaters because it was not safe at the time during the pandemic. So at least we're better now, and it's more safe for all the family to go back into the theaters. So this is great news. So this is one of my Pixar upcoming favorites. So I'm glad it's gonna be in theaters. I don't know if this is gonna be a 30-day theatrical window or 45-day window, but if they go the same route as Encanto and going 30 days, it goes straight to Disney Plus. That could be fine as well, but we'll just have to wait and see in the coming weeks to see what will be the actual release date for Lightyear to go on Disney Plus. But for right now, let's all enjoy its time in the theaters, and I can't wait to see Lightyear. Michael Bay slammed the visual effects on this movie Ambulance. So this is you already know Michael Bay is just normally famous for just explosions and stuff, and not for visual effects and not for CGI in this movie. So, and this is what Joe Blog has reported. During an interview from Leeds to Cinema's parent Goldman, Bay discussed the special effects in Ambulance and voiced his displeasure about some of the CGI. It seems that he was happy with some practical effects that were used, but he did call some of the CGI shit. And you can check it out what Bay said, but right here. All these explosions and car flips were all real. They were all live, real ratchet. It looks very dangerous, and it could be very dangerous if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Most of the real stunts is very blue screenshots of the movie. There was not a lot of CGI. Some of the CGI was shit in this movie. There's a couple shots I wasn't happy with. Okay, all right. So I just want to see how the movie comes out. That's my only concern, and I can give my full opinion on it, but I can't wait to see it, and I hope it turns out really good. Tom Cruise is massively fighting with Paramount over Mission Impossible's release plans. So, and this is what the Hollywood Reporter has reported. Multiple industries insiders legion that Mission Impossible 7 is now at the center of a distribution battle between the lead star and producer Cruise and production company Paramount Pictures. After multiple COVID-related production delays on Mission Impossible 7, the studio is selling a 45-day theatrical window for the latest installment in the typical franchise before bringing it to Paramount Plus. Per sources, Tom is set to on a more traditional, but certainly modern 2022 3-month window. Cruise allegedly was hired a lawyer to come in an agreement with Paramount, but they are waiting until Mission Impossible 7 is finished to resume negotiations. For Cruise, 45 days is like a day-to-day. And Paramount sources told DRH he also felt that setting a date when a movie could be seen on the service will be to discourage people from going to the theaters. So I kind of understand where they're coming from there, and yeah, let it go for 3 months, kind of like what Spider-Man No Way Home did, and then put it on Paramount Plus. So because Mission Impossible was definitely a non-comic book franchise that people love. Kind of like the James Bond franchise. So this is definitely one of those type of movies that gotta be in there at least 3 months. So I kind of understand what Tom Cruise is going for there in that statement. Game of Thrones prequel House of Dragon has set its the release date. So, and this is what Deadline has reported. The much-awaited anticipated prequel is almost over. HBO has announced the debut date for Game of Thrones prequel from George R.R. Martin, Ryan Coogler, and Miguel Isidro. Sorry if I pronounce those names. It will premiere August 21st. The House of Dragon stars Penny Cartel, Olivia Cook, Matt Smith, Emma Dorsey, Fabian Figo, Ryan Fitz, Steen Tor, Eva Bass, and Sonia Morrison. Based on Martin's Fire and Blood, the series takes place 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones. It is focused on House Targaryen, considering plays King versus Tor. Sorry if I pronounce those names again. Production on the prequel that was ordered straight to the series started in April of 2021. The House of Dragon was created by Martin and Cartel, who wrote the plot script. Carter served as a showrunner along with Game of Thrones alumni Miguel, who also directed the plot and additional episodes. Interesting, House of Dragon will debut ahead of another big budget fantasy series that is in the works. Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power. The streamer already announced that its upcoming J.R.R. Tolkien adaptation is coming since September 2nd. Along with premiere day, House of Dragon also released a tease poster that you can see with other images as well. So, Game of Thrones and the Lord of the Rings would definitely be a competition there to see which audience will be watching more. So I can't wait to see those two go head to head and see who was the better out of the two. But can't wait for a House of Dragon, and also can't wait for the Ring of Power. Bruce Willis is stepping away from acting following his health dialysis, and this is what Hollywood Reporter has reported. Bruce Willis is stepping away from his acting career after being diagnosed with alzheimer's, which led to a lot of loss of ability to understand and express speech, his family said in a statement to post to social media. To Bruce and many supporters, as a family we wanted to share our beloved Bruce has been experiencing some health issues and recently been diagnosed with alzheimer's, which impact his COVID abilities. Read the statement. As a result of this, with much consideration, Bruce is stepping away from the career that meant so much to him. The 67-year-old film star was best known for his playing John McClane in the iconic Die Hard franchise. The original 80s film made Willis a film and actor star. Actor made known in a comedy and TV actor, specifically in the series Moonlighting. So, best wishes to Bruce. To Bruce Willis. Hope you can come back healthy, so we can see you on screen again. But if this illness allow you to go into retirement, but we want to thank you for everything that you bring to us on screen. And then and the last couple of news, HBO Max. It's finally, not just HBO Max, but Warner Brothers Pictures as well, and finally kind of restored the Snyderverse, and we are getting a sequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League film, and that will come out in 2024. So thank God we got some kind of, how I say it, solution to a lot of our voice we've been saying to restore the Snyderverse. So thank God there was a actual agreement. So we are finally getting a sequel to the Zack Snyder Justice League, and that will be debuting in 2024. So I can't wait for it. And then lastly, we're going to talk about is a movie review on Morbuis. This is the latest Marvel film from Sony's Spider-Man verse, and this was directed by Daniel Espita. Don't know too much about the actor, and when I first read the critics review, I was like, oh my god, this is not looking good. So I finally see the movie, and it wasn't that bad from what I read from the critics review. Like it's not bad, but it wasn't all that great. So but before I go into detail, let me tell you what the film is about. So Morbius, which is Dr. Michael Morbius, become a living vampire after curing himself from a rare disease. So despite all the negative reviews from critics, but Jared Leto and Matt Smith received the praise for playing Dr. Michael Morbius and Milo Morbius respectively. So and then of course in the post credit scene, I'm not gonna spoil it too much. It had some ties towards Spider-Man No Way Home, so that's something to know. So and that's all I'm gonna say much about it. So I would definitely give this movie a C minus. It was good. It was good, but it's not something I would watch like over and over. Like Spider-Man: No Way Home, that was something I would watch over and over. Infinity War, Endgame, those are the type of movies I watch over and over. But I'm kind of curious to see where where Morbius moves forward into the Sony Spider-Man universe. We're hearing a lot of rumors that Morbius will be Spider-Man in the future, but I can't wait to hear more news about that. But other than that, guys, that's all the news and updates I have for you guys on this episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episodes are uploaded. And don't forget to post your comments down below what you think that I have to discuss on this episode. And also, if you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, don't forget to go into the YouTube link in the description below and post your comments there. But other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.